The Johari Window Model is a simple and useful tool for illustrating and proving self-awareness, as well as mutual understanding between individuals or within groups. This model can also be used to assess and improve a group's relationship with others. The window consists of 4 segments, or 4 squares, of human interaction, open or hidden, blind, and unknown. So these are the 4 criteria or categories of human interaction. All of these elements together provide a comprehensive view of the individual. Johari Window can be used as a model to guide one's personal development through self-reflection and personal action. Let's look at the open area. So the open area, or the category called open, so during our career and development conversation with our manager, we can discuss personal development needs that we are aware of. So here we could have a meeting and our managers could say, hey, let's work on this particular thing. And this particular thing, we know it as well, so we can work on it together. We might say, look, my Excel skills isn't very good. The manager acknowledges your Excel skill isn't very good. Let's put you into a program where you can learn more Excel skills, test yourself, and become better at it. If we're talking about blind spots, so the blind spot offers the opportunity to seek feedback from coworkers or our managers, as well as our team. And it's important to do this on a regular basis. The blind spot, we might not know what our blind spot is. Maybe we have a really annoying habit. Maybe we keep doing something that we shouldn't be doing, but we don't realize we're doing it. Like, we're subconsciously doing it, but others know about it. So our coworkers, our managers, our teammates. So it's important to get regular feedback on this so that we can then become aware of it and then do something about it. The hidden area. So the hidden area has several different applications. As such, consider this area carefully and decide what to share about ourselves in order to develop our personal or professional development. Our hidden self, right? So we know this. This might be our pastime. This might be our hobby. This might be something about us. Like, for example, maybe our hobby is we love playing video games online till 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, this is probably not something you should tell your boss, because your boss goes, aren't you supposed to be at work at 8:30 in the morning? So, this is the hidden part, right? So we have to consider this one very carefully. Like, how much of our personal self do we bring to the organization so that we can develop our complete self? And the last one is the not known to ourselves and not known to others. It's the unknown self. So the unknown is an interesting zone, as it's all about discovering our potential through new activities. This is our opportunity to cultivate a growth mindset, create a new challenge for ourselves, as well as to learn and grow. For example, quite often businesses will have development sessions, team bonding sessions, team building sessions, within which there might be activities. You may never have led a team. You may not have ever tried a particular activity or a particular task. During these team bonding sessions, maybe they say, hey, why don't you lead the next activity? And all of a sudden you go, oh, okay, never done this before, but you do it and you find out you're amazing at it. So not known to us, not known to others, when we discover it, then we have to think to ourselves, do we want to get better at this? Do we want to do this even more? Do we want this to become one of our strongest attributes? And then you basically build it out. The key thing with the Johari window, in my opinion, is to try and find out the things that we don't know and improve it. To look at the things that we already know and ask ourselves, are we at the level we want to be? If not, improve it. And as long as we're always moving towards how do we improve, how do we refine, how do we get better at something, eventually, better is what we get. And the key thing to remember, especially in the professional world, you're not really in a competition with other people, even though you technically are. You're actually in competition with yourself. So each day, each week, each month, each year, if you become a better version of yourself, you will, without doubt, be the best version of you. And that's what it's really all about. So with Johari Window, having 4 different parts to it, what really makes this work is communication. You go one step further, consultation, deeper communication, getting feedback. It's a lot of different data points, a lot of places where information comes from that allows us to become better at what we do. And once again, it's all about taking the unknown and making it known, and then deciding, is this the right move for us? Is this what we really want to improve on? From my life's perspective, so growing up where I grew up, we didn't really have many presentations at schools. In fact, there was hardly any presentations at all for any subject. When I started studying in Australia, for the first time ever, I'd come to a class and presentations became a lot more proactive, as in every single subject had a presentation attached to it. Me personally, I was freaking out about presentations because it was something that I'd never done before. And I had no idea if I was going to be good or bad at it. In fact, the natural doubts that come into our minds would have told me that I'm going to fail this really badly. And the first time I did, the first few times I did presentations, they were terrible, like epically terrible. So what did I do? I got feedback. I asked different people about different things, and I said, hey, what do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? How do we make these things better? And then I started adapting and going, okay, now that presentations is a skill which was unknown to me and unknown to others. Others didn't know how well or how poorly I could present. I didn't know how well or poorly I could present. This had moved into known by me and known to me and known to others. And I was like, well, I'm really bad at this. But do I want to become better? And it's something that I worked on a lot to become better at. And that became one of the best overall skills that I have. So when it comes to the Johari Window, it really is about one's own individual journey. And this is not something that can be done on a mass scale with everybody at the same time, or one solution works for everybody. It's not like copy paste, here, it works for me, so it should work for you. It's a question of individually going through it, finding your collaborators, right? So communicating, consulting, and getting feedback from your collaborators to go, how do we improve these aspects? What do you see that I don't see? What do you know that I don't know? What do we know? What do we agree on? You know, sometimes through conversations, you find something that you didn't even consider to be important. Others think you are amazing at. And then taking all these bits of information and going, well, what do we want to do with it? Is it something we want to keep working on and keep becoming better at?